Welcome to a Little Help podcast, where understanding life cycles can bring bigger and better changes. We're going to see. Okay, we have Mignon and we have Mike today.
Hi.
And we're doing the continuation of the 10 Commandments. We're going to go through 6 through 10. I don't know if y'all got anything out of 1 through 5 with my daughter over there.
What?
I knew it was going to start like this. I really did.
I mean, like, say what you got to say, sis.
Sis.
What's up?
Sis.
You want to be my sister real bad.
She's honoring thy mother.
Okay, Mike. Okay, so we're going to start with where we left off. I don't even know what episode it was, but
the 10 Commandments episode.
Right.
The 10 Commandments episode.
That part.
Oh, that part. So number 6. Okay. This one is so self-explanatory, y'all. I shouldn't even have to break this one down.
Mm.
Thou shalt not kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty easy. Easy rule to follow. Well, for most people.
Yet it's
Break
been
it down.
broken how many times?
Exactly.
Break it down.
Well, actually, as I was driving here today, I listened to Crime Junkies, which is a true crime podcast. So I like all of the stories of like murder mysteries, and I like a lot of documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
Do you think that that's going to lead you to kill somebody?
Oh, absolutely
You
not.
Put that in your mind. You might think about.
But I like the way I like to understand the way people think, what leads them to these things, and I like when they get caught.
You're a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, of course, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Life is valuable. We should respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Not let anger, hate, or revenge take over your heart. Because it can. You can get so angry where you just want to kill her.
Ooh.
Bleep. God
I ain't
is
helping you this time.
Sounds angry.
You can get to that point. I used to get like that. I used to get so angry where, you know how they say you had it up to here and and you can, you just like blank out.
Mm-hmm.
That you can get so much anger with rage and for something someone has done to you. And you got to pray that off here. That's not good.
She would be in her room praying, and me and my brother would like go to the door. She'd be like, "Get away from my door." It's like, you better get away from that door. And her, she kind of trying to woo side back in.
But why the get away from the door? Why was it not?
We interrupted her prayer time, her Bible, her God time.
Well, what if you had wanted to like join?
No, I was never that. It wasn't never that.
Look
It
at
was
that! Look at that
always-
look. See, yep.
It was like, "Ma, can I go? Can I do? Can I have?"
You know your kids. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, that's,
It had nothing to do with
They were not-
with them trying to join in on prayer time.
yeah, you're right. As I said it, I realized how dumb that sounded.
Okay, so anyway, it's sometimes people can hurt you, and you have that revengeful rage, and let's pray it off. Pray it off. That's an evil spirit. Pray it off. God is love. Protect life. Speak peace and treat others with love, even when they are wrong or you're mad and you're wrong. Choosing kindness over violence shows real strength.
It does. It does show real strength, and that is
When you can walk away.
that I still struggle with. I noticed that this week. Holding in a lot of anger.
That's a good. I was going to bring that up because sometimes you got that anger buildup, and you're not sure how to displace it.
Yeah.
And you
like
don't
what to do with it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's some people that clearly have that mental capacity that their first thought is to go to
I've never had that thought. I've never had a thought to harm anybody.
And I understand what you're saying. Some people they don't have nowhere to go. They don't have nobody to talk to. They don't have that therapist. They don't have that mentor. They don't have that parent, that friend who's there, that they are so enraged that they don't know where to let it out, but to go to pull out the pistol, to go kill. I'm gonna go get that.
Now, what do you do about the situation where the killing was not intentional?
What does that mean?
Like, for example, I was foolishly drinking too much and driving, and I caused an accident and unfortunately took someone's life. In a case like that, obviously, thou shalt not kill, but it was not an intentional. How is that looked upon in that aspect?
It still happened. You knew you shouldn't have been out there drinking, and you knew you shouldn't have been out there driving. This is something that you got to live with for the rest of your life, that you will never forgive yourself. So imagine that eating you up for the rest of your life, that you took a life.
Sure.
I think that is kind of like the pain and suffering, that the consequence of that is what it does to you mentally. If you don't make peace with that.
Right.
But does that mean that I actually broke that commandment, or did it?
Well, first of all, let's go here. God forgives all.
I think that's important to say too, because I don't think that we mentioned that in the first episode or in that first
that God
10 commandments.
forgives. We all. If I steal a piece of candy that don't belong to me and I didn't ask for it, that's a sin.
And also, Jesus died for our sins. He already knew that we were going to be imperfect people, and so you ask for that forgiveness.
You have to ask God to forgive.
That God will forgive, and that He will.
Yeah.
And that's where I come up with, with her, like she said, well, I can't forgive this, or I can't forgive, or I can't just go and say hi, or, to an enemy or somebody that you don't get along with, or somebody that, because it's still, we'll get to that
that's the thing.
too.
God forgives.
God forgives, but
I'm a work in progress.
Absolutely, you're a work in progress, and it's going to take time.
That don't mean that I am.
But that's what I was going to say, because in the previous episode, which I was not fully on, and I was like kind of, I totally get, Mignon, what you were saying about how if, which commandment was it now? Honor thy mother and father?
The fifth one,
The fifth one, yeah. And how if you've been dishonored by them from the start.
Right.
I agree with you on that. That how do you walk up and say, hey, good to see you? I would avoid them at all cost.
Everybody would avoid them, but what if that avoidance, you're walking and you don't know they even around, and boom.
You're saying something so simple as you should speak, and I'm saying I don't.
If they came up to you and if me and you were,
part of me protecting my peace is knowing that I'm not obligated to speak to you or anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
I can forgive you and love you from a distance.
Absolutely. But if I was to run into, I did my story. And if I was to, because like I said, at the age of 7 and 8, I lost my virginity, not by choice. But if I was to run into that person or see that person, I've already forgiven them. I've already released them in love. I've forgiven them, and I can speak to that person, and I can keep it moving. And I can keep it moving.
But see, when you say you forgive them, how? Like, if someone did something like that to me, the forgiveness is just not there. I can't forgive you for that from my heart. Now, if I'm doing it to appease God, that seems different to me.
I forgive you, and I'm going to move forward, because I am not going to allow what happened to me to block blessings in my life, or to why should I keep on holding on to that? That was my past.
Well, you don't have to hold on to it.
I've let it go. I forgive it, and I'm moving forward.
Yeah. Okay. So you can forgive that person, and you can let go of whatever you were holding in your heart for a long period of time.
For a long time.
But you also don't have to be cordial with that person.
I'm not about to say, I'm not telling you to sit, break bread. I'm not telling you to, hugs. Like I say, kumbaya, hugs and everything.
Run through my mind like I want to rock your shit right now, my nigga. Like, that's sometimes just how you feel.
Whoa.
I can forgive you and still be like, what you did was really effed up, And I know that karma is, you know what, and it's gonna come back. But at the same time, we being humans sometimes feel like I want to take karma into my own hands. And now that's not saying go out here and kill somebody, but that's like sometimes I just want to deck you in your mouth. Like, and that's just, it is what it is. I'm not going to, but I'm human and I have those feelings. I have those emotions.
But look at the people that feel like you feel, and they're so, angry and way more angry than what you are, because you just want to deck somebody.
I'm angry.
And I got to be honest with you.
But imagine him that it's going to go out there and get that pistol when you know what you did.
And now I see why those two commandments are so close to each other. Because one makes you think of the other. It really does. So, but I get both sides.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It's not something that's going to happen overnight, or that it took a lot of time.
Yeah.
Took a lot of time. Yep.
Mignon, you look like you have something else you still want to say, though.
I was thinking about it. I'm struggling with grief right now. And, there are phases of grief. And one of those I think that I was in for a very long time was denial. And now I'm in a space where I'm feeling incredibly sad and incredibly angry. And I feel like it's okay for me to be angry. I feel like it's okay for me to sit in these feelings and the emotions that I'm having, because I can then kind of process and kind of understand where they're coming from, honor the feelings that I'm having. I'm not going to act on them. I think about it and I want to, but I'm not going to act on these things. I just want to honor the emotions that I'm having in the moment and say it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to have these emotions build up over time and explore what it is that they mean and what you realistically need to do with them. How you can free yourself from feeling this way. But it's not going to just go away if I just say, oh, you should forgive and don't be upset with this person and love this person. No, that's going to take a lot of time.
Which I said, what happened to me, I was 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
How old am I now? Did I say it's going to happen overnight?
How long did it actually take you, though, before you really, truly felt forgiven? Or that you did
buried
forgive?
it. I literally buried it and never thought about it again.
You buried it before you forgave?
I buried it so deep. I didn't bring this up until
earlier this year.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
With a girlfriend. So that's how long that I live with this. So I'm not saying that, oh, you need to just forgive right now. No. It takes time.
But some people want you to. Some people will say, look at the greater good. You need to just let that go and forgive right now, because there are other things, like there's other stuff to be done. We've got to worry about this. We've got to worry about that. And I hear you, but I'm not there yet.
But you have to pray and ask God to help you to forgive.
I understand that too.
And that's going to take time. Nothing is going to happen overnight. Nothing.
But that also brings up the three words I hate the most when someone's trying to help you, which is when they say, get over it.
No, you can't get over it.
You can't. That takes time.
You can't get over it. It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
For sure.
Absolutely. Okay, shall we move on? Okay. We need to really hurry up and get into grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then we're going on to number 7. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Okay. Break it down.
Why are you giggling?
I just want her to break it down.
Okay. This I'm curious to hear as well.
So to me, it's like, sex is not a game. Culture says, hey,
not unless you're doing it right. Sorry.
Culture says, hey, let's hook up. Let's move on. Hook up and move on. That's what everybody doing in today's society, today's world. Let's hook up and move on. That ain't the right way. God says, sex is sacred. It binds souls, made for covenant love, which means commitment and devotion, faithfulness based on a binding agreement. Not just the bed. You know, we're talking about adultery. Also with that is flirting, sneaking, pushing boundaries, and justifying sin. Porno, sexting, fantasizing. All of that equals an adultery of the heart. God is not trying to kill your joy. He's trying to protect your soul. What is you all?
What are you laughing at?
She keep looking at me like.
Because we're in this. What is your take on thou shalt not commit adultery?
For crying out loud, there are apps made to commit adultery these days.
Yes, it is.
Like there's a whole business about it, and I feel like these are the kind of things in the commandments that at some point the commandments need to be updated. And I know that sounds, like that it just doesn't necessarily
to fit the world.
But if you all think that God didn't see all of this stuff that was going to be happening today, now in this world, that he sent his only son to save us because he already saw all that's on TV and all that's going to be happening, and everything is sex on TV and the profanity and everything that they're doing. He already saw this. He knew he had to send him. He knew he had to sacrifice his son to save us.
Do you think we've all been saved? Because I feel like some have been missed.
I think demons walk this earth with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if that answers your
question. And the devil knows what type of demon. You got people that are small-minded that he don't need to send out the big guns. He don't need to send out the big dogs. He can send out the small demons to go get her to go do, whisper in the ear. Again.
All right, I'm going to throw a really weird one at you then when it comes to this, because
I told you, now look, I'm not that.
I'm just going to say, I get it.
He knows he knows the weak-minded, he knows the strong-minded, he knows that, I'm not going to send a weak demon to deal with one of my strong-minded people.
Yeah, but when it comes to getting married, I do believe in try before you buy.
Well,
that's why he sent his son.
But let me ask you this one, April, because this one's weird for even asking. But
we have to do a cut.
No, we don't. No, we don't need to have to do a cut. This is legit question. So there is someone I know who works in the adult film industry, who is extremely religious, and a lot of the money that he makes, he donates to his church, but he makes it from that living.
Oh my goodness.
So what do you say in a case like that?
He's tithing.
I mean,
say what, Mia?
He's tithing.
Yeah, he may be tithing, but you're still in that industry. I mean, I don't know exactly what he does.
He's a performer. He performs in the adult film industry, but he's a very religious guy.
No, that's wrong.
Even
though you're tithing your money,
I don't like that. I don't like when you say that's wrong just right off the bat.
I don't feel like that's because you're innocent people are watching these shows. You're helping. That ain't helping God's people. That's not helping God. That ain't what God put you. That ain't what God wants you to do. You have a talent that's so much greater than what you're doing in this porn industry or sex industry.
But he's making more money doing that than he ever did, and he's giving it back.
So now you're making money your God?
No. What I'm saying is he's returning it.
No. Don't try to see. Like I said again, people always try to flip the Bible to fit them. That's.
Oh no, I'm not trying to flip the Bible.
Don't get me. I am not the one to judge nobody.
It sounds like it.
I'm not the one to judge nobody, but
because you keep flat out saying that's wrong.
No,
don't do that.
Is
that's
wrong.
Wrong.
You're bringing
that feels very judgmental. I'm being honest.
Why are you looking at me?
Do what you people can do what they want to do. Is that wrong in the eyes of Christ Absolutely. I do believe that that is wrong. My personal opinion, yes, I believe that is wrong. I don't care that you're tithing. Because you could be bringing in 10, 11, 12-year-olds, putting this out on TV, watching this. Why? And this is why all of this is on TV now, these youngins.
What about the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds that are watching some of these preachers that are just out there to make money?
Yeah.
You got to discern that
that part.
It's all about discernment.
But you can't stop them any easier than you can stop them from finding what this other guy does.
I'm not trying to stop anybody. I'm just trying to say what's wrong and what's right.
Right. No, I understand that. But you're saying, you just said that, these 10, 11-year-olds
are all preachers out here? No, there's a lot of corrupt preachers that are all about the money.
You have the power to say what's wrong and what's right because you don't have a heaven or a hell to put anybody in.
You say, I'm giving you my opinion. I don't feel like it's right. My opinion is my opinion.
And you are, and I respect you for that. It is your opinion.
That's my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. I'm not trying to stop nobody from thinking the way they think. If I can help somebody to say, hey, my opinion is, I don't feel that it's right. I don't feel that it's right. Because you're not about to go to heaven and do that. You think you're gonna go to heaven and do porn? Mm-hmm. So why are you doing it here on earth?
Because Earth pays
God
cash.
got waiting for me up there.
There's other ways to make it.
Looking at me like I wasn't talking about myself. I really wasn't. It was not me.
Well, all right,
Mike,
y'all.
you the friend in real life?
Shh. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm gonna have to get some of my Christian sisters on here. Zoom.
Oh, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, y'all really be in trouble with them.
That's why I can't even go into a church. I would explode, literally.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
With that one. So let's move on to number 8. Mm-hmm. We can all agree to disagree.
Not on this one. I agree with this one.
Yeah.
With what? Number 8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not steal. That's so self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take what isn't yours. Period. That's simple. Mm-hmm. Whether money, stuff, or even someone's ideas. Stealing breaks trust and hurt others. God wants us to be honest. Respect what others have and work for what we need and want. That tube of lipstick you just swiped off the counter, that ain't yours. You just stole that. That's stealing.
You know what's crazy? You steal my lip liners a lot.
Oh,
I'm talking about in the store. You paid for it. It's already paid for.
It's mine.
I have to agree. She's not wrong.
Do you heard her say I paid for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Is it in my house?
It belongs to me. Whose house?
Oh, well.
Oh, boy.
Don't worry. I'll wait.
Anyway. Because she take a lot of stuff, too. And I don't say, no, I don't care.
I'm just saying, like, we talking about stealing here.
Like, let's say you're at home and Mignon, you got 50 cents sitting on the counter. I go and take that 50 cents, or I'm at somebody's house. It's 50 cents sitting there. And I just pick that 50 cents up and put it in my pocket. That is considered stealing.
Mm-hmm.
That is considered stealing. It's not yours. You took it. That's stealing. It can be something that minor. It's still a sin. It's called stealing.
The biggest steal that I have the hardest time with is stealing people's identity, stealing people's emotions. Their
What do you mean by emotions?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. It was a situation that it was a situation I was in one time where I wasn't feeling right in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the people that I was around were making me feel bad about that, like stealing my thoughts of not being comfortable to try and say, "Oh no, you're fine." And it felt like, just a mental drain.
Right.
So that's kind of what I mean.
Don't tell me how to feel. Don't tell me,
don't steal my emotions.
You're trying to tell me how I should feel or what I should think or how I should.
Diminishing my feelings is.
No.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Diminishing.
Totally. That's exactly what it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yes.
Stealing is stealing.
Stealing is stealing, whether it's physical or whether it's mental or whether it's, tangible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
All right.
Put my lip liners back.
You know where they at.
That's all I got to say.
Can you sharpen them for me? Because they're all their little dull.
And I do have
needs them
sharpeners,
fixed.
and that's why. That's why they do.
So I can come and steal a sharpener out your
You
bathroom.
see what I'm saying? You see?
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Man.
Smelling what you're stepping in.
Practice what you preach
April's
is what I'm saying.
I'm getting the look. I am in so much trouble.
Lord have mercy. He says, smelling what you stepping in. When we talking about the 10th, let me continue this. Okay, number 9.
She is never going to invite me back on the show again.
Me either, hopefully.
You love it. We need you. We need you as a third. That we need you.
Okay.
Trust me.
Number 9. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
I've never understood that one. Can you
I'm
please?
sitting here like, doo-doo-doo,
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I'm thinking like Freddie and them, neighbors.
boy, let me tell you something.
Okay.
What does that one mean? Because I don't explain that one.
Like lying about who you are, talking behind people's back. Your neighbors could be friends, co-workers.
So like gossiping.
Snitching, twisting the truth, blaming others.
Snitching, that's called being honest. Don't lie.
Gossip in disguise. It's like, somebody say, well, I'm just telling you so you can pray for them. No, you're gossiping. It's not your story to tell. It's not your story to tell.
So kind of like
That's
being
gossiping.
nosy, kind of.
That's gossiping, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Posting drama, just saying what people want to hear.
Yeah.
You kind of get the gist of it. The negative words or lies that you can go online and speak in text behind someone's back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can see it that way.
All of those are like bricks. You're either building something solid or throwing them through somebody's window.
Yep.
That's a good way to sum that up.
Okay. So you get the understanding of what that is. Okay,
I do.
Cool.
Thanks.
Number 10. Thou shalt not covet, meaning thou shalt not compare. Like, I wish I had her body or his relationship. He's in a really good relationship, or how do he afford all of that? Like a jealousy, status, need a new phone, new clothes, trying to glow up, that matters to you. Someone find love and you don't, jealousy, bitterness.
So
Wait,
is that where the covet thy neighbor's wife comes in from?
Yeah, I'm like, was that the whole commandment, or was there more to it? Thou shalt not covet what? What?
I thought there was something about a neighbor's wife. Was there not?
Okay.
In a 10th commandment?
Cut.
No, I can't cut this one. Explain that one.
Yeah.
No, we're going to cut that.
I can't cut it.
We're going to cut that.
No, we're not going to cut it.
Yes, we are.
Let's be real.
No, let's cut that.
What's the issue?
She's got to do some research.
Okay, so cut.
Okay.
Because that's all I got was thou shalt not covet.
But I thought there was.
No, I thought there was more.
Pull up that one.
Yeah, let me
thou
see.
shalt not covet.
But see, this is good. We should be recording this because
Right.
this is.
Just come on.
Keep it going, Mike.
Okay, go ahead.
I am still going. I am. Thou shall.
Okay,
I'm
so
looking it up too.
they're going to look up the thou shalt not covet.
Covet thy neighbor's wife or thy neighbor's goods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that there was more
So
to it.
this is what it's saying online. It's saying thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife is a direct quote from the 10 Commandments, and specifically the 10th commandment, which is found in Exodus 20:17. It essentially means you should not desire, envy, or be jealous of your neighbor's spouse.
Mm-hmm. The spouse or anyone, we can. It's the jealousy thing, the bitterness of, be jealous of your neighbor's wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but apparently,
But I do
what do you
see
see?
online where it does just say thou shalt not covet.
Yeah, it is on there also. Thou shalt not covet, which is bringing in a broader.
But I think what I've always heard is the
neighbor's
wife. Yeah. So, maybe you said they need to upgrade maybe they've upgraded it to another version.
Yeah, maybe they're just blanketly
making
saying
it more
now.
open. Thou shalt not covet. Period.
Yeah.
Because it's a wide.
Because when I was a kid, I thought it was "Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife." Like, I'm like, what if she's cold? I really did. That's what I thought. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife.
Say that?
I was 5.
Mike, please.
I was 5.
Please.
And I'm like, oh, the poor lady. What if she's cold? And I did for the longest time. I went through life thinking, I hope my neighbor's not cold because I can't bring her a blanket. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife. I didn't know it was covered.
We're going to let her freeze and die.
Can't give her a jacket, a blanket, a sheet, nothing.
You can't give her nothing.
That was, my grandma's Afghan was so warm and comfy. And I was like, I could take it if she needs it, but.
I'm done. Okay. I'm done.
Yeah. So,
I'm
okay. So we kind of clean that one up. You can do that one actually both ways. They made it a little more broader. Yeah. So it's about comparison, you know, and you realize that comparison is a thief, you know, gratitude, you know, is your shield. When you fix your eyes on what others have, you miss what God is doing in your story.
Mm-hmm.
So be present in your own life.
Don't worry about what somebody else got. That green-eyed monster.
That's hard sometimes, though. Like when you...
I get it.
You know, when you struggle and then
somebody is blessed with, I just hit the lottery. I got $1 million, you know, and you're like...
And they're the ones that have already had millions of dollars in their family for years. You know, stuff like that. It's just, you kind of... It's hard.
So you... 10 Commandments are hard.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Overall, though, balance. Balance is what's important. Now, some of these things are just hard no. You don't kill people. Like, that's a hard no. Mm-hmm. But finding balance.
Finding balance in all of the commandments, you know, give God some time, you know, stop just everything is you, what you want to do. You know, you don't think about God until you get in trouble. What about praising him when you're doing good, when he's blessed you, you know, and you're still living, you're still breathing, you know, you're still, you know, people, I talked about this today with someone, and you really don't know how blessed you are because you can be that kid, you know, on, you know, Make-A-Wish. You can be on there, you know, laid in the bed. Your parents are there, you know, praying for your life. There's kids with cancer, you know, and you're waking up every day with a silly problem or silly issue. You breathing, you walking, you got a roof over your head. Look at the people that are outside. We in Vegas. It's hot outside.
I was going to say I used to do that all the time.
They don't even have a roof over their head. But you do. And people don't get up and say thank you.
Yeah.
They don't acknowledge God until something is going wrong in their life.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, a simple telling him thank you. Thank you.
But I've also had those, why me?
Absolutely.
Or when is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's the one that's never
I'm tired
answered.
of being your strongest soldier.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Ease up on me, please.
Yes.
You get tired of being strong.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that ends our session on the 10 Commandments. I hope you guys got something out of it.
I bet you won't do this again.
Not with y'all. Not with y'all. Not with you two. I'm going to bring my sisters, my sister soldiers on here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We should probably sit that one out.
With the big hats.
I think that's the one I could probably stay at home for.
Yeah. You and I will go to dinner while they do their...
Oh, yeah. I like that.
We'll go get some seafood or... Yeah.
Yeah,
and
sushi.
Oh, there you go.
She don't eat sushi.
We'll do sushi. They can have their hour of power, as we call it.
Anyway... So yeah.
We really do love you, April, here. We really do.
You show me all the time.
I'm iffy.
That's because she keeps stealing your eyebrow pencil.
My lip pencil.
Or your lip pencil, sorry.
Anyway.
And my eyebrow pencil. Actually, you're right.
See,
I don't have your eyebrow pencil.
No, I got it.
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Today.
I haven't messed with that in a lot. I just go eyebrowless. Okay, let's finish, y'all.
Okay. She wants out of here so bad.
So, yeah, rules can be tough, especially ones like the 10 Commandments. They challenge us, stretch us, and sometimes feel like they are just killing your whole vibe. Mm-hmm. But here's the truth. They're not just rules to follow. They're guardrails to protect us. When we actually live by them, life gets clearer, relationships get healthier, and we avoid a lot of regret. God didn't give us these commandments to control us. He gave them because he loves us and wants what's best for us. So let's not just hear them. Let's live them. And when we mess up, his grace is still bigger. Let's keep each other accountable. Let's keep growing and learning. And most of all, let's see each other on the right side with God at the center. Continue to love. Wait a minute. I didn't do it.
Don't continue to love?
Right. Wait.
Oh,
she didn't do the
Okay, because Mignon.
Oh, that's right.
Mignon say always,
But she did she said.
Yes, she did.
She did. That was that's another I'm in my bag moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, do it again.
And again, let's keep God at the center of our life. Continue to love, have faith, and believe in your dreams. God can do all things. Just ask for a little help. One more thing. I want to dedicate this podcast to someone that we love dearly that passed away, Mignon's cousin. We're going to say, hey, peace to Brandon Ramsey. We love you. Holla.
You want me to be crying in here? Is that what it is?
The triangles are right on the table.
Get the triangles. All right. We dedicating this to Brandon.